Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's topic is about how to be patient during difficult times. Now remember, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to receive all my content. Leave a comment below to let me know how you feel about the subject. Your response is highly appreciated. Definition of patience: the capacity to accept or tolerate trouble, suffering, or delay without getting angry or upset. You know, life can seem cruel at times, especially when faced with difficult situations. We often lean on our own understanding in these situations. But see, what happens is we become frustrated and angry, and ultimately we become impatient with the situation. Why? Because we are unable to predict or navigate the situation the way that we would want to. But see, there's things that we must remember when going through difficult times in our life. And I have prepared for you 5 things to remember to have patience when dealing with difficult times. And point 1, remember, nothing's permanent. Just focus on making it through the day. Don't worry about the future you don't actually know. Deal with the moment. And when you feel like your patience is being put to the test, stop and breathe and say to yourself, nothing is permanent. Point 2, accept that there's no guarantee. Nothing is truly under control. We have to accept this and let go. And once we realize this, we can learn to let go and not work so hard to keep everything under control, but to have patience to let life unfold under its terms and just relax because it's out of our hands. Point 3, consider what you've already overcame. If you could think about all the situations you've overcome successfully, this could serve as a reminder of your ability to overcome and face obstacles and end up on the other side. And this should shift your attitude from misery and impatience to resiliency and hope. Point 4, remember that you're not alone. Everyone goes through a difficult time in their life. Once you understand this, this should give you the mind to have patience when it's your turn to go through a difficult situation. Point 5, learn to practice patience during difficult times. Situations are going to always happen that we have zero control over. Natural disasters, diseases, accidents, other people's actions, all of these things we don't have any control over. But what we do have control over is the way that we respond to these situations. And I'm going to leave you with a Bible scripture. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. It says, the end of a matter is better than the beginning of a matter. And patience of the spirit is better than haughtiness of the spirit. And I want you to know to always have patience in your life, because you are either coming out of a storm or going into a storm. And guess what? When you come out that storm, there's a great gift waiting on you. God is preparing you. When you're going through a difficult time in your life, God is preparing you for something great. So just weather that storm and be patient as you go through it, and stay resilient as you battle these storms in your life, because there's a gift waiting for you on the other side that you have so rightfully earned. Thank you.
How y'all doing? It's your boy, Glenn the God Chaser, and welcome to another segment of Live Life Strong, Trust in God, featuring Manifest Visions. And today's topic is how to be patient in difficult times. Yo, it is not easy being patient, let alone when difficult situations arise or life begins to just crumble or just you feel like everything is attacking you at one time. It's not easy being patient for many of us, but I'm here to encourage you and tell you, be patient during these difficult times because difficult times do not always last. And I have some key points that I know is going to help you to understand and show you how to be patient in difficult times. And the definition of difficult is needing much work or skill to accomplish, to understand, or deal with. And my first key point is you gotta remember or recover. You got to think about all the things that God has brought you out of, especially difficult times. Sometimes we begin to forget some of the things that God has already brought us out of. But always remember the feeling that you felt in difficult times and what did you do and how did you feel. And God has already brought you out of past situations or circumstances, so always remember that. God is a God that always is on time. It might not be the time when you want him to be on time, but God is never late. And his time is different from your timing. But I'm here to encourage you and tell you, remember and think about all the times that were difficult in your life that God brought you out of, whether he sent somebody your way to help you, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally, or physically. Always remember that God will bring you out of them times. And difficult times don't always last, but you got to recover some of those memories. You're going to have to go back and think about it like, oh man, God did bring me out of that. And look how far you are now. If he brought you out of that, he'll bring you out of anything. But you need to remember that. And also remember how it feels when you were under that type of pressure. Be patient and always know that God is always on time. And my second key point is do not react. It is so easy to react versus respond. Because when things happen in our life, we be so eager to just or anxious to get it over with. But I'm here to encourage you and tell you, do not react when something happens or when you're being patient, especially in difficult times. Because you might make a mistake based off your emotions or how you're feeling right in that moment. Because guess what you're doing? You're not clearly thinking because you're just reacting on what just happened. You're just reacting to the difficult times instead of being patient. But be patient and respond. When you begin to respond, you're giving yourself time to think and analyze the situation before you make a move. That way you won't cause any more harm to what's already going on. So you want to respond versus react. And do not react because sometimes when you react, it can make the situation worse. And we've all done it before. We've all thought something before was actually thinking it. We've all done something before actually thinking about what we're doing. So I'm here to encourage you and tell you, do not react, but you want to try to respond when situations occur in your life or things become difficult. So you want to give yourself some time and think about your next move before you actually do something. So react, don't do. Respond, yes. And my third key point is focus your attention elsewhere. Instead of just sitting, waiting on that phone call from that job or sitting there pondering on what's going on and you just thinking about, like, man, I can't wait to get through this situation, it might cause you to become overwhelmed or it might cause anxiety or it might cause you to be anxious. So you want to focus your attention on other things. Positive things are going to take your mind off of the difficult times that you're going through. It's going to cause you to be patient, and that patience is going to create peace. But you want to focus your attention elsewhere. You don't want to worry about, like, man, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just know and be patient and find other things, positive things to pass the time by, that way you won't sit there and be overwhelmed about what you're thinking about, especially in that difficult time. Go take a walk in the park. Go read a book. Go to the gym. Go hang out with a friend that is positive, that's going to take your mind off the present situation or the difficult times that you're going through. But you always want to think about this and always remember, hey, yo, let me focus my attention elsewhere. That way I don't feel overwhelmed or my mind doesn't keep racing or running and thinking about this difficult time. And I want to leave you guys with this Bible scripture, which is Romans 5:3. We glory in tribulation because tribulation worketh patience and patience worketh hope. That's basically saying, even though we're going through things in life, we're supposed to glory and we're supposed to be happy. And I get it. It's not easy being patient in difficult times. But you got to still find the good in any bad situation. And also remember, God has brought you so far and He's brought you out of other things. So you want to glory in the tribulation because the tribulation is doing something. It's working on you. It's creating character. It's creating patience. It's teaching you how to go through things in life. So you want to glory in those things and be thankful for them because it's creating hope. It's giving you some type of faith while you're going through these things, and you're going to realize things are going to get better because God has already brought me out and shown me that things can get better. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this subject.